Hi everyone, it's James here from Production Expert, and my voice
It's gone.
has not returned overnight. Welcome to day 2 of NAMM 2020. I am joined by the one, the only,
Eli Krantzberg.
and Dan's joined me as well.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, how was day 2 for you?
Day 2, very good. I still have my voice, so I haven't been working as hard as you. Eli?
Yeah, I still got my voice also.
Voice, yeah, we're doing all right then. No, good day so far. How about you, James?
Marvellous, but although it's quite funny, people have been really struggling to hear me.
Yeah, marvellous.
I can't think why. So our top finds of the day. I'm going to start with this baby. We're in microphone heaven as always. This is the new Podcast Pro from our friends at Sontronics.
Oh.
A dynamic podcasting microphone. Along the lines of, let's face it, the normal kind of dynamic mics that we might see in that sort of environment. A smidge under £100.
Oh, wow. That's very... that's
the
Rode NT... What's it called? NT...
NT Podcaster territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Black or red. The red looks really sexy.
The red looks like it's clipping. I like that. I like that.
Although brand new to the show, it's not actually ready yet. They've got a new version of their Saturn microphone as well.
Oh, you like that?
I'm a
your
massive
review on that.
fan of the Saturn. It's a multi-pattern, multi-lovely diaphragmic condensery thing. Just a really, really great mic. The original Saturn is one of my favourites for drum overheads, for acoustic guitar, for my vocal, when I don't sound like I've been on 60 a day. Just a really, really great microphone. So,
nice.
Yes.
Good finds. Good find.
That will be it's not ready yet. The one they've got there is purely a prototype, but I will have all of these very soon in my mic locker of doom.
Very nice. Okay, my first find of the day. Warm Audio. They've been around for a few years now. Over the years, I have warmed to them.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Thank you. I bought my wife the WA2A, so the LA2A tributes.
Yes, yeah.
And we love it. Absolutely love it. So now I'm a convert, warm to the idea. Walking past their booth earlier, I mean, I know we shared news about this fairly recently, but their bus compressor, and we all know what that is a tribute of.
It is.
Yes, it's lovely. It's very nice. Had a little listen to it. Had a little play with it. It's solid. It's as solid as the other WA2A that I've got, competitively priced, and I might have to buy my wife one of those as well.
The warm stuff has really come on. It's really matured. It's solid. I love the stuff I've got in my studio. It sounds great, but they've really, really brought themselves on. They've also brought out some new DI boxes, which I'm quite keen to try out as well.
Okay, cool. But I think when I got my head around it, warm stuff not being a clone or a copy and being a tribute, so really celebrating gear that, like the LA2A, like the 1176s, like those microphones, you've looked at them. Now this, it's great. It's great, especially at an affordable price, and it sounds good. Everyone's a winner. Eli, what's your find of the day?
You know, every once in a while a product comes out and you think, how come no one thought of this before? It's so obvious. It's like a home run the moment I heard what it was. It's so obvious. The new interface from PreSonus is called IO Station 24C, and they mixed together a simple audio interface with two in and out, and a control surface.
Yes, it's a fader
it's
port
like their
one, isn't it?
Fader port had crazy sex with their PreSonus, with their audio box.
Yes.
And this was the love child.
I never thought I'd hear the phrase "love child" out of Eli.
No, but it's brilliant. It looks like a fader port.
Yes.
It's got a fader. It's got transport controls. It's got mute solo, all the things you want, automation, that kind of thing. 2 in, 2 out, XLR preamps, line in, line out. The output's got stereo outputs plus headphone outputs. And what's really brilliant, really, really nice touch. Again, why hasn't anyone thought of this before? There's one knob where wherever you hover the mouse over in the screen, the knob will control that.
Oh.
So you're tweaking, your compressor, your plug-in, your EQ, whatever. You just hover the mouse. Like I need both hands.
That's
now.
brilliant.
But, you move the mouse there, and you.
Then you got some tactile.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So I think they really hit a home run, and it sounds so obvious.
Yeah.
A little one-channel, control surface, with a stereo audio I/O. And, knowing PreSonus, it's going to have their X-Max amps. It's going to be good quality. It's, good solid build. I'm
and
sure
competitively priced. And it's going to be rugged
Yeah.
as well. PreSonus stuff, I feel, generally is quite good. You can quite literally throw it in a bag and go, it's all right. It'll be fine. James, what's your second find of the day?
Okay, so sometimes we look at our studio gear as quite utilitarian. It's quite solid. It's no frills. However, those clever people at Manley Labs have been on a bit of a design spree, and they've come up with what they're calling the absolute headphone amplifier. It is a valve headphone amplifier with all the valves exposed in a beautiful wooden chassis. It's a piece of studio art. Now, I haven't seen a price for it. We'll do our best to dig out a price for the article. But I listened to the music through this. They let me put my iPhone through it, and I had a listen. I went, this is just gorgeous. Now, I know they were very lovely headphones I had on my head as well, but there's valves in it. It's just a piece of studio art. I would even go as far to say studio porn. It's beautiful.
Okay. Coming from you then, that sounds interesting. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it...
Do you know what? We should get one in for a review and listen to it in a quieter environment. Then we can really appreciate its potential genius with any luck.
The absolute headphone amplifier from Manley Labs.
Yeah.
Ivana, you've done a blinder on this one.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Nice one. All right, my second find of the day, a brand I have a soft spot for. They're blue. OEK Sounds. That's how I pronounce it. Others will say Oak Sound. They started with a plugin called Soothe not that long ago.
I could do with some of that.
Your voice could do with a bit of Soothe. Yeah. And they followed that with Spiff. Spiff being a transient designer, so I'm not talking about that. It's all about Soothe. Soothe being a resonance suppressor. Sounds complicated. It's kind of like a dynamic EQ, but it's kind of not. And it's kind of like a de-esser, but it's kind of not. But if you think of it like that, that's what it does. So when you hear sibilance in cymbals, it's very good at knocking that back. It's very transparent sounding, or sibilance in a vocal, like I'm sure you're hearing now, so you probably need to soothe my voice. It's very good at knocking that sort of stuff back. But they've, as I said to them earlier, passed the booth and said, how have you improved on perfection? And they were blown away by that comment, because Soothe, for me, out of the gate, V1 was absolutely amazing. It really does make a hell of a difference to your tracks or your masters, your mix buses, even sometimes your reverb sends. You know, some reverbs can sound a bit shrill, and you can muck about with EQ. Yeah, you can do that, but Soothe does a better job of kind of just making things sound smoother, or soothes it. It's very nice. The main feature of this, it's a lot lower hit on CPU, always a plus. Before 500 hertz, you couldn't go anything below that. Now you can, down to 20 hertz. So you can soothe your low ends. If you feel that your, let's say your drum mixes might have a bit of a woof in the low end, you can use this to knock it back a little bit. It's not like using EQ, which can, you knock 3 dB out, let's say at 400 hertz. All of a sudden things sound a bit thin. This doesn't do that. It will knock back what it feels it needs to knock back. It's very nice. So yeah, I believe upgrade for Soothe V1 users is 50 odd euros. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's very affordable. And if you haven't got into Soothe, well, you're missing out. Eli, what's your second find of the day?
My second find of the day. Nothing gets my blood going like a new reverb. Now, I know that sounds like a punchline, but I'm actually not joking here. I think you're going to relate to this one. IK Multimedia, they've kind of broken new ground, new territory. They're getting into impulse responses now. They've never done that before. Their other reverbs have been algorithmic, and they've been good, the CSR reverbs. Yep. But they have a new one called, I'm going to make sure I get the name right, Sunset Sound Reverb. Okay? And I know, first thing that came to my mind is I'm thinking Ocean Way, that idea. But they went into Sunset Sound Studios, and they've done impulse responses, and I had a long demo and a long chance to play with it. It's really brilliant. There's 3 rooms there. And they've taken responses from the chamber and in Studio 1, Studio 2, and Studio 3, the live room in Studio 1, 2, and 3, and the live room is fantastic for drums. So I said you're going to be interested. I'm always looking for that perfect drum room reverb.
Aren't we all?
And then they even took impulse responses of the ISO booths. in 1, 2, and 3. And they use all the hardware that's there, their vintage mics, their vintage consoles, all tracked through it all. Plus, they have 2 plates and a spring reverb. And, as usual, you can move the stereo placement around. There's filtering. The interface is good. But what really did it for me was the live room modeling, like for drums. Because you can control the decay time of the reverb. But it's, to me, a good drum room is when, you have the decay kind of long and you don't even know the room is there. And so it's a
sort of a reverb where if you took it out, you're missing something, but you can't necessarily hear it.
It just sounds like a great drum room.
Yep.
Really beautiful. And you can, it's another thing, this is really cool with their impulse responses. They've set up the GUI in a way that you can also choose between full baffling, half baffling, or no baffling. Like, these are subtle nuances, but to really get your drum set that, I'm using drum set, but obviously anything, vocal, anything, you can control the amount of baffling.
Oh, now,
so it's really
if
sweet.
you remember, just before Christmas, so 2019 towards 2019, we published our predictions for 2020. And one of them was we're expecting to see, when I say expecting, we predicted that there would be more room simulator reverb plugins. Well, here we go. It's January, and we had no clue this was going to happen. So here's one of them. So we've got Ocean Way plugin. No, that's right. Yeah. Now we have Eventide T-Verb. That's pretty damn good as a room reverb. And now we've got this. I'm sure there's others. Please tell us in the comments below.
Well, there you go. That's day 2. I have no hope whatsoever that my voice will return for day 3.
Yeah, you want to tune in tomorrow to hear how much of his voice is left.
Yeah. Couple of quick things. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone who's come out, who's stopped us as we've been going around, thanked us for everything we've done. I know we all say it's so cheesy, but NAMM really is more about the people than it is about the gear. The second thing I'd like to say is thank you so much to JBL, AKG, and Harman for our amazing set.
Very kind.
You'll notice we're sat down this year. It's a lot more comfortable. We haven't had to run around and try and find a patch of wall.
No, we haven't.
So thanks to the NAMM media team for looking after us. We will see you again tomorrow for our day 3 highlights with a little surprise. So from myself, from Dan, from Eli, it's good night from us, and we'll see you again soon for some more NAMM 2020 action.
Take care.